Well, it's a Saturday morning ritual here at the Hotel Orloff to watch the Comic Book Memories show, and there was a suggestion just made on the show.
Thank goodness. I appreciate it. And Gratu is here with us from the Hotel Orloff in rural Retreat, Virginia. Great to have you with us again, Gratu. Was watching some of Gratu's stuff yesterday. Really was getting into his comic collection, man. And I even put in a little suggestion either yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, about possibly showing his Aurora model collection.
I mean, see that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got tons of them out there. You see them sprinkled throughout the hotel there, and I would love to see them see a show. We get to show all of those, Gratu. So maybe someday.
Well, let's do that today. So while I watch the Comic Book Memories show, we'll look at some Aurora kits.
That's some of my favorite Hulk stuff right there. Right, that's some of my.
So let's see.
Stuff. Geeky Puppet Show.
I've got a flashlight so I can provide light.
Oh yeah, Charlton Comics and also Rabbit Hole D-Rod.
So here's the. I need to dust these. Here's a Godzilla kit.
Just them alone. I mean, holy mackerel.
Geeky Puppet Show. Get some Adaman and electrolyte supplements, and you're on the right path.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh. Michael Taylor says, hopefully the Blue Beetle movie is accurate to the comic. The Blue Beetle movie, I think, is not the Ted Kord Blue Beetle. I think it's
it's the Jaime Reyes. Yeah.
Jaime Reyes, right. Yeah. Yeah. So, which I'm interested in seeing. It looks pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, yeah, I hope somewhere in the movie they do a little.
I don't know about this flashlight. I don't think it's helping. Let's try it without the flashlight. This is a Marx figure that I painted.
Well, I would, but then you gotta remember, Rob, this is Warner's and the DCEU, so I wouldn't.
This Aurora model kit was done by Joe Riley.
I know. I'm holding out hope. That there's a comic fan somewhere in that product.
What happened to the Comic Book Memories show? Did my Wi-Fi go out? This is Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is my childhood kit. Notice it's missing a bunch of fingers from all that handling and all those moves over the years. And King Kong. Some people put Fay Ray in the hand one way, and the box art shows her facing the other direction. But I didn't build this model kit or paint it. I'll tell you which kits that I actually painted. Actually, this kit I bought from my friend Tom. It had been his cousin's, and I repainted a little bit of it, but it was already built. Let me see what's going on with the Wi-Fi. It looks like the show, I was kicked off the show. Did it just end? What's going on? Oh, I see what happened. I think Drusilla the dog. Drew, you're sitting on the remote control of the Roku, and you turned off the Four Color Fossil show. You mind if I grab that from under you? There we go. Drusilla turned the show off. Oh my goodness. So let's get back to YouTube. Oh, there we go. What am I doing? Man, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I went to Roku tips and tricks. Okay. All right, YouTube. So, let's see. Oh, Howler Mouse is live at the same time. He must not know. Okay, let's see. Library. There it is.
Geeky Puppet Show says, send me the Peacemakers.
Okay.
Dr. Monchilla, who would have ever thought?
Where are some other model kits? I mean, the model kits are scattered everywhere. This isn't an Aurora kit. This is a modern creature from the Black Lagoon. Maybe I do need that flashlight. Here it is on this ladder.
Michael Taylor says, GPS, I didn't know Ditko wrote a Rocketeer. Interesting.
That is interesting. Holocaust of the puppets, quick, somebody monologue.
Mastodon comment.
Where are
the brush?
Oh, here's a. These are replicas of promotional signs that used to be in hobby shops. Customizing monster kit. What else do we have? Oh, I was looking in that last episode, if you watched it, for the creature from the Black Lagoon, a Halloween mask, and I finally found where I put it. Let's turn up the show so I can hear it as I walk around the house.
The numbers went like 1 through 5, and then 42 through 48 or something wild like that.
Yep.
Here's a mummy.
Paulo Costa says, the Jackson Royker, it's all a conspiracy to make you spend
This
money.
one I bought at a garage sale.
That's it. We're in cahoots with the comic companies.
Dr. Monchilla, Ghostly Tales is an awesome title. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Jackson Royker says, well, it works.
Dr. Monchilla, Guillotine Liz. I know as soon as I mentioned him, that would pop up. The great one.
That's it. Geeky Puppet Show says, all these rabbit holes and we still haven't seen a rabbit.
Michael Taylor, fantastic books, Doc.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that. Tony Why Not says, love child comics, especially the horror books.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many. So many.
Oh, Gene Paul Ace Peter, welcome.
Hey,
Love
Sean.
Yeah, love me some classic Charlton. Some Mysterious Traveler by Ditko was always my favorite. Oh, yeah. Great book. Great title there.
Oh, yeah. Great to have you with us, Sean. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Good to see you. And Mastodon Comics says, G-Pop. That's right.
Hippie Collectibles G-Pap. Hiya.
Dr. Monchilla, G-Pop. Yes.
This is an Aurora kit. This is the gigantic Frankenstein, which people call the Big Frankie.
Smiley face going.
I painted this
What's
one.
good at Mastodon Comics?
I bought it from someone on eBay and repainted it.
And John says, I say they may do some sort of fan service in that Blue Beetle movie, even if they drop names or we see some old costumes or something. Yeah, that would be cool. Something like that.
Yeah, I know for a fact that there is a Cord in the movie, but it's not Ted Cord. So, okay,
This is
what do you think? Guys think
creature from the Black Lagoon kit.
Who are you excited to see or love to see? For me, it's Swamp Thing. Oh, absolutely.
I believe
Yeah, I know that's on
this
the
is my
slate,
childhood
but I'm
kit
kinda
that Joe
interested to see.
Riley
I kinda
repainted.
Like the last show they had about Swamp Thing. It just didn't last long enough.
Now, didn't I just hear that they cast somebody to play Metamorpho?
Oh yeah, that's going to be in the Superman Legacy movie.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, Metamorpho.
Yeah,
This is the Aurora Guillotine kit. Maybe I should turn the show down. I think I turned it up too loud.
And Mr. Terrific. So lots of great characters going to be in that movie.
Oh, see, yeah. I mean, Metamorpho, though, you say I'm there. Metamorpho, I'll give you my money. Here, take it now.
Yeah, that Superman movie that James Gunn is doing. That movie I'm interested in, but I don't have any interest in this Blue Beetle movie because it's not the Blue Beetle that I know. I don't know this modern Blue Beetle character. I know the old Blue Beetle characters. Okay, that's a promotional sign, a replica of one.
One of the first comic strips I started reading when I started.
This is a kit I got from someone on eBay, and see, he painted it to look just like the James Bond painting on the box. And I have another one that was also done by another person on eBay that painted it with a blue glow to look like the original art.
The ghost who walks lives.
Yeah, I love it. Michael Taylor says, we have to borrow the cane alarm from Graphic.
Around the beginning of the pandemic, there was a guy, I don't know if he's still on eBay, there was a guy that was selling promotional signs like this, and supposedly he was somewhere in Kentucky or something, and his childhood drugstore or hobby shop had all these signs, and when he was a kid, the owner gave him all the signs that were on display, and that he made replicas of them. And so he may still be on eBay. His name is Illustrated Munster. So if he's, in fact, he's got a website. He has,
he was great in Stargirl.
that's his email. Let me get this in the light. Here's Kevin at Gotham City Comics could probably
with the chat right now with the peanut gallery, so
would probably like these signs. They're
There's another one.
you know, they're,
I think you showed some of these in one of the last shows.
you know, at first I was skeptical. I had no idea that signs like this were made in the 60s, and I don't know. So it got a little damaged in the move up at the top. But when you move, bad things happen in moves. I'm missing some things, but not as many as I thought.
There we have the first issue of Cobra. I can't remember.
See, this is a Marx figure.
I think the middle comic was
And this is a figure somebody took one of these campus cuties and put a Aurora Frankenstein head on it. He used to sell those. Marx also made these Nutty Mad figures. Oh, speaking of Davy Crockett, I just got a Davy Crockett comic this morning. In the next episode, I'll do an unboxing of some stuff I got, and I'll also show you Fangoria magazines that I've unearthed. We had a request for that. Okay. Oh, here's another.
I know there's a website.
Rod is right. These are everywhere. Here's a Frankenstein Aurora. I did not build this one either.
The giant grasshopper. Click clack. You remember those stories? Yeah. So there we go.
Here's some guns.
And here's another one. And a lot of times I'll get these just
Star Trek tracer gun.
Here we go. This is number A5, and there's only 2 in this one because one's got. So here's the Justice League of America 130.
I'll watch this show later and pay more careful attention to it. It's not that I'm ignoring it.
And the other book is Man's Family, number 5.
Okay. Aurora Kiss. And it's all very disorganized. What books are back here? I don't know. That's a horrible picture of me, like in 6th or 7th grade. Boy, that looks horrible. Look at all that greasy skin and the zits. Horrific. Here's another King Kong. Also not built by me. I bought that at a comic convention. And you can see the difference in how this particular person built the kit as compared to this one. See, this guy has made the eyes look different with a red glow, and this guy did it like that. And also he has Fay Ray facing you, and this guy has Fay Ray facing him. It kind of makes sense. You see the way her hair is like it's blowing out, and it's like he's roaring, and it's causing her hair to blow like that. But the box art on the model kit shows that she's supposed to be put that way. These signs back behind here are all from the same guy. I got them all at the same time from that particular seller on eBay. There was some problem in getting them to me, and he like had to resend them. They were returned to him, and he had to resend them, and that was because the post office was really sketchy at the beginning of the pandemic. If you recall, the post office basically didn't work at all. I would order stuff, or my wife ordered some stuff from mycomicshop.com for me as a present for my birthday, because, you know, April was right about when the pandemic started, April of 2020. My birthday's in April. She ordered stuff from mycomicshop.com. We lived in Arlington, Texas, about maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from the mycomicshop.com warehouse. And the box of comics or magazines went way up north to Colorado, and then it went to some other state, and then back. It took weeks and weeks to get a box that should have gotten to us the next day. I mean, it was across town. That's because a lot of people weren't working at the post office or were scared. I don't know. But anyway, the post office is now working pretty efficiently. This Forgotten Prisoner of Castle Mare model kit was originally marketed as a Famous Monsters of Filmland kit. They took the Famous Monsters logo off of it by the time it became a glow kit. This is a glow kit here. This is my childhood kit that my older brother Mike built for me, but I later repainted it, and I painted over the glow pieces, so the glow is no longer happening on that. This Dracula kit here was painted by Joe Riley. Joe Riley being the Hypnotic Eye guy, the wonderful artist. He put, I don't know if you can see, he put real grass down there, like, and blood that they don't show on the box. The pose on the box never matched the pose that you actually got in the kit. This Rat Fink I built, this Rat Fink was a Joe Riley one. This is a Marx Phantom of the Opera, and that's the Aurora Phantom of the Opera that I painted and built. This Frankenstein is really cool. This was done by Joe Riley. You can see the incredible detail he got in the face. You get the flashlight going. And can you see that he put real, let me move this thing here. There's real, he put a skull there, and look how creepy he made the base look, a skull and some vines and moss and stuff. He really was a genius. He also, this model kit here, I had in the box since the, probably 1974, 75 when it came out. I never built it, but Joe Riley built this kit for me. Let's see the amount of detail he was able to get. And that this is not an Aurora kit. It's what is it? AMT? Where's the? Can't tell. No, it's from Fun Dimensions. Okay, then we have these are not Aurora kits. These are part of the culture, the kid culture of the 1960s. These Rat Fink weirdo kind of monster kits. This one here was built by Joe Riley. The daddy, he's a big Daddy Roth guy. This one here is a weirdo. It's like a daddy. He's a suburban dad coming home in a coffin, and he's got a little martini mounted. That was done by me. I built and painted that. I built and painted the Davy, the motorcycle dragger guy back there. Let me that Huey's Hut Rod was done by Joe Riley back there. This one was done by me. That was done by Joe Riley. This one here, the green here, that's supposed to be Brother Rhett Fink. He has a bike that he's supposed to be on. I like him better standing. This, oh, there's Drew the dog. Here's this one that with weirdos painted on the helmet. That wasn't a decal that came with the kit. That was done by Joe Riley, as was this classic, probably the most iconic one, was done also by Joe Riley. And what fell? And then this creature from the Black Lagoon was painted by me and built by me. Okay. Okay, any other kits around? Yeah, I have kits everywhere, honestly. Oh, here's the Aurora Vampirella kit right here. I have the bat somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's not my paint job. There's the Vampirella fan club card. This is one of those garage kits. It's done in resin. There's a Wolfman, Aurora Wolfman. That's my childhood Wolfman. He's missing a bunch of fingers, so I painted it like you could see the bone and the blood. I made it bloody, like his fingers have been bitten off. So, okay, other Aurora kits. Things are just a mess in here. You have to forgive me. Eventually it's going to get better. It should at some point. This is one of the later period Aurora kits. The head has been lost and one hand has been lost, so I stuck a Jack-in-the-Box head on him. But that was the Frankenstein, smaller scale, that came out in the late 70s. I still have the box for it. What else do we have? More Aurora kits. These are supposed to be kitchen cabinets, but I have them filled with paperback books. I think the goal was to turn this area into a kitchen. This is supposed to be a kitchen counter, but there are no appliances put in here, so I've kind of turned this into a library. There's some big little books. There's Space Ghost. Here's some modern Frankenstein from Target a few Halloweens ago. This isn't a model kit, it's a statue. Some of the tendrils that hang from her arms have broken off over the years. This is an Elvira vinyl model kit that was not painted by me. I have the box to it as well upstairs. Okay, well, there's Aurora kits in here for sure. Okay, so, oh, the Monster Corner sign fell. Oh, that's not good. I need to thumbtack it up. That's not good at all. That's terrible. I had this put up perfectly last time. I need to go get a thumbtack. Okay, there's the Man from Uncle Mark's figures. It's like a Russian soldier. Here's the Aurora Addams Family haunted house. They have little cardboard inserts so you can see the TV cast in the windows, and there are little ghosts that move around that I had them kind of working there for a while, the ghosts that would go by in the windows, but trust me, it's not easy. Okay, let's go get a thumbtack because I don't want that Monster Corner sign falling again. Here's an ad for a model kit from famous Aurora fighters. This is kind of my World War II wall. And this anti-Hitler movie that came out during World War II, what's great about it is they've got John Carradine, and if you look at it, it's just like a Dracula movie. It's a John Carradine, but you know, you could easily, if it wasn't wartime, that would just be a Dracula movie probably. Here's a signed Betty Page picture. But this is a copy of my original, because my original, you can kind of see, I made a copy of it, was starting to turn, like starting to fade. It was a picture that was printed in the 90s, and they must not have had it in the fixing chemical long enough, so it's starting to fade. The signature's still fine, but so I made copies of it real quick and framed the copies. Here's a creature that I bought from a garage sale. It's kind of got a neat sheen to it. They didn't really paint. It's interesting the way they painted it. They left the green of the way it was molded. At least the 70s mold of it was painted in this, was molded in this kind of green, and they just painted some blood on it. Here's some surfing kits. This one was done by Joe Riley. That's why it's so perfect. This one was done by me. Let's go get that thumbtack before I forget. So another one of those promotional display replicas that I got from that guy, Illustrated Munster. Hope he's still around. I mean, that was 3 years ago. Those little signs really look cool behind the model kits. And I don't remember them being very expensive, and I think he gave quantity discounts.
Ranger slide. Okay. We've seen that one.
Okay. There you go.
Nice Harvey book. Don't forget Wendy the Witch. Yep.
Spooky #1, says Dr. Mangilla. Yeah, yes.
Love it.
Okay, all right.
Ranger slide, laughing at Dr.
There should be a thumbtack around here. Thumbtack. There's a lot of Creature from the Black Lagoon representation around here, isn't there? And really, you don't really realize your environment until you're, behind a camera. It's like, I've got a lot of Creature from the Black Lagoon stuff. There's another Creature from the Black Lagoon. How many does that make? This one was painted by me. Because these model kits have been reissued a lot. I mean, there were the original 60s ones, and then there were ones that came out in the late 60s that were glow-in-the-dark, and then they reissued the glow-in-the-dark ones in the early 70s when I was a kid. This is actually my childhood mummy model kit. So that was built by my older brother, and then I painted it. It looks like I left the snake a little bit with the glow-in-the-dark feature on, intact. I didn't paint over the snake. These glow-in-the-dark Aurora kits glow unbelievably. Like they make them, it's like they molded them in uranium or something. Oh man, I dropped the tack. Hold on. on. Here's a John Wayne poster. I've been watching a lot of John Wayne movies lately. And I think in this time period of woe and despair, the more John Wayne movies you watch, the healthier you are. The Monster Corner. I made a replica. This is supposed to be a replica of this sign. And this is a famous, well, it's famous to me, photograph of a hobby shop owner in the mid-60s. And he says a monster corner because monsters were so popular in the 60s. And you see all the stuff that he's got. He's got a bunch, that's the guillotine, the Madame Tussauds Chamber of Horrors guillotine. And looks like he's got a speaker so he can play cool music. And that's a promotional sign. I've got either a replica or a real one. I mean, the guy that sold it to me said he thought it could be real, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. It says, customize your monster, Trading Depot. There's some built-up kits. Godzilla, King Kong. Oh, that's Frankenstein's Flivver. They made some hot rods. They reissued those a few years ago. There's the gigantic Frankenstein, which collectors call Big Frankie. Okay, the Monster Corner sign is now thumbtacked up, so it shouldn't be falling again. This one's cool. See, again, the original, that's the original 60s box. And this guy painted it really blue to look like the box. This, again, is not my... Oh, and he's got a glow-in-the-dark mummy. So let's turn the lights off and see how... There's also another forgotten prisoner of Castle Mayor. I didn't build this. I got it at an estate sale, but I snapped it up immediately. It's not painted that well. They got some black splotches and little black splotch that almost looks like a Hitler mustache on him. But it's got the glow pieces intact. So it's still daylight outside, so it's I really should do this at night. I kind of got a blackout curtain, kind of, sort of. I need to change this fluorescent light. I don't like to have it on with all these collectibles because fluorescent light is not good. This is a 70s reissue of the Aurora Batman kit. Where is the original one? I think it's in the other room. I'll show you some. Okay, so the way you tell the reissue is it's got a Batman decal that looks like the 70s Batman decal. And look at his head. It's they shouldn't have painted pupils in the eyes. That's kind of lame. But anyway, it's more of a 70s kind of Neil Adams head. And I'll go in the other room real quick and I'll show you the original 60s kit, which I believe I bought it at the Connoisseur's Groovy collectible record store years ago. But I believe this Batman kit, oh yeah, it's in here. I didn't show you these. Do you see how it has a different sculpted head? Let me get that flashlight from the other room. Oh, well, I guess I should have all the Aurora kits all together. I need to get more display cabinets and more bookcases because I got books everywhere. And oh, let's turn off the lights real quick. I'm getting all... Okay, so let's watch that. Well, it doesn't seem to be glowing as much, but... Oh, because I have all these lights on out here, man. That's why it's all this light pollution. Let's shut these off. Besides global warming and all that. Let's turn this thing off. Okay. Now we got to recharge the glow-in-the-dark kits again. Yeah, you got to have it really dark. The thing is, when you shut your lights off, when you go to bed at night, and these model kits are in your childhood bedroom, they really light up the room. This is another Wolfman kit. This one I built sometime in the last 20 years. So that's lights. There we go. Okay. This Frankenstein, is this my childhood Frankenstein? I'm not sure. One thing you need to do if you start buying these kits, you have to look at the bottom. And this probably is my childhood kit. See, it has an Aurora logo. Some of these are going to say other companies, because the Aurora kits were also put up by Monogram in the 80s or 90s. And then there was a company called Polar Lights that put out reissues of them after Aurora went under. And then a company called Mobius put them out. So you got to look at the bottom. Of course, if they're on display, it doesn't really matter. I put paint on the bottom. It looks like I was cleaning my brush on the bottom of the kit. Okay. Anyway, so I painted this one, this creature. I painted it. I put some Mod Podge. I painted some Mod Podge on top of it. Mod Podge is this stuff. It's like a clear liquid that you can brush on with a brush onto your model kit, and it gives it a sheen. It's really meant for you put it on top of a painting that you do, and it makes the painting look like it's still wet. Or people also use Mod Podge after they build puzzles and they want to preserve them and hang them on the wall. They put Mod Podge over it. It's kind of like putting a kind of a glue over. And at first it looks like you put Elmer's glue on it, but then it turns clear. And I did that so he would look wet, like he just got out of the water. So I painted that one. That's my childhood one. And it should say Aurora on the bottom. Yeah. So that's the childhood Aurora. That's a creature I built. This creature is a reissue. Anyway, we're gonna look at this Batman. Okay, see how the head? Look at the chin and the mouth area, and the chest. Oh, and the original '60s one had an owl. I don't think they put the owl when they reissued it in the '70s.